About a month ago, my ex-boyfriend ended our 4-year relationship. When he broke up with me, he even said something like, "Don't beg me to stay or reconsider." The first night after the breakup was the worst. But after 2 or 3 days, it was like I was reborn. I didn't feel sad or sorry anymore. My friends didn't believe me at first and said it might be a coping mechanism or even a psychological issue. But after a few weeks, both I and everyone else could see that I had genuinely moved on. I guess someone told my ex about that and he wasn't happy. Last night, he called me while clearly drunk and very angry. He said I should have fought for us, that I can't possibly be happy without him, and so on. I was confused and told him that both the breakup and me not bothering him was his decision. He got progressively angrier and started yelling, calling me B******************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* so I just laughed hysterically. I guess that made him even more furious, because he started threatening me. So I ended the call and blocked him everywhere. This morning, I talked to a friend about it, but she seemed to be taking his side. She said it was an a-hole move to act like I didn't care and move on so quickly. But honestly, all I did was go to one party and a few casual friend gatherings. I jokingly flirted twice, and it wasn't serious at all. Also, it's not like I'm a widow who has to wait at least a year. I told her that, but she still insisted I should have been more considerate of how he might feel. She also pointed out that I seem completely unbothered by the breakup, while he's been avoiding our get-togethers because of me. I told her that he's free to come, I'm not stopping him. But she just called me an inconsiderate a-hole again. The following story. I was in a serious relationship with a man for 2 years. We were due to get married and disaster struck my life and I got ill and lost my job. At the time he said he would stand by me and help me through that tough time. Well, he didn't help me at all. Instead, I woke one day to find he had blocked me everywhere and he decided to leave countries for a few months to get work elsewhere. There was no explanation why he left. Just vanished. Prior to me losing my job and getting ill, our relationship was close to perfect, we never had issues. This was 3 years ago and he has reappeared and wanted to talk. I did talk with him and he tells me he is sorry for hurting me, he didn't know how to cope or help me so he left. He is begging for me back and wants to get married and a life together. I did love him a lot and when he left me at the lowest point in my life and just vanished, it was hard to get my life back together again. But now things are different, my health is back on track, I am studying and have started my own business. I learned a lot about myself, I have confidence and self-love and it's hard to take someone back that I see as weak and pathetic. I told him there was no way I can forgive him for what he did to me and I feel that he is no longer worthy of me. I deserve more and better. He thinks I am being harsh. What are your thoughts? Am I being harsh? Should I give him another chance? I don't think I could ever trust him again after he just left last time. He is telling me I am the love of his life and he suffered when he left me as it wasn't easy to do, etc. But I don't really care what he thinks or what he went through as he made the decision to leave. TLDR, partner I was with for 2 years left me suddenly without explanation and now 3 years later he is back and wants us to be together again, but I've grown and no longer trust him and know I deserve better. What are your thoughts? Am I being harsh? Should I give him another go? The following story. My ex-husband and I, both late 40s, were a real love story for 17 years. He was my world and I loved everything about him. I thought he loved me too, but about 2 years ago for about 2 months he was changed. The change was so palpable that I knew it in my heart that it was another woman. He stopped kissing me good morning or good night. Stopped asking me on dates and always declined when I did. He didn't doze off with his head in my lap to a movie every evening, always missing the end. Now he even sat on the other couch. He stopped saying he loved me and he stopped texting me during the day. I didn't know what to do other than wait and see, and sure enough, after 2 months he told me he was in love and wanted a divorce. I was heartbroken, but I couldn't do anything about it. I would never beg someone to love me no matter how much I loved them. He moved out and started the divorce. His new girlfriend, early 30s, moved in with him not long after. My ex-husband is very successful and our divorce was finalized a couple of weeks ago. I haven't seen my ex-husband much since he moved out. I don't know what got into me, I have kept civil and prideful during the separation. I was surprised that he was with his lawyer because I thought he just signed and didn't need to be there. I signed and then I looked at him for the first time in 2 years and just without giving myself the time to stop and keep my dignity I smiled and said that he now lost the last woman who he would know for sure ever loved and saw him for him and not for his money or assets. He was too smiling at first, probably relieved that I finally was fine enough to look at him again. He complained to our son that I never looked at him anymore. His smile faltered and turned into a shock, then he started crying. I was terrified of what I did and just left almost running. I got a text from his GF this morning with many insults about me, my character and my looks and age. Because he was supposed to have proposed on Christmas with all family present but he didn't. He now refuses to talk about it with her or any of her family and she means that it was my fault. I ruined their relationship. I blocked her but I can't help but wonder if I really did ruin their relationship. I even wonder if I care. All I know is that he looked so old and pathetic. I wonder if I ever really knew him or loved him.